Tuesday, September 19th, 2017. And we're going to do a quick training on updating HR rankings from payroll fees. Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, so we did all the payroll. We got done with the payroll, which is great. So then the next step is updating the HR rankings based on the fees. So within the payroll doc, we should have a link to the
I put it in
rankings.
our body team.
Personnel rankings doc.
Yeah.
So we would want to use the September, October, which are the current rankings.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're doing HR rankings. And let's just start with, well, we can start with myself. Why not? So if we go to J, the fees are basically going to be 2 cents at this point in time with Ether. Although this is not applicable, that's nothing. Okay, so that's that. The next person is Abigail. If Abigail's even in here, I would be surprised. Oh, there she is. Look at that. There she is, Abigail.
Is there 300?
So it says fees $4.47. So we know that's not correct. Oh wait, we don't know what the fees are going to be because it got canceled, so we're just not sure. All right. So Steve is going to be 2 cents for now. .02. As far as we know, right? I mean, we just don't know if it would be any less than that. Okay, so who's next? So Julie. Okay, so Julie, we're saying it's around $8, possibly more. So we go to Julie, and right now we have Julie at $4. So basically, we know that it's going to be doubled. We can get rid of that. And
why is it doubled? Because twice a month or what?
well, actually, she wants weekly, but her fees are based on the percentage of the total amount of money. So it's 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. So it might be a little more. So then we have Benji at around $6. So let's see here. So you just go to Benji, go to under fees, and so we're saying it's going to be around $6. $6. Yeah, that looks about right. So are you guys picking up on this, or are you guys still having trouble,
yes.
or what? So there's just 2 columns. There's the fees for the lowest, and there's fees for the requested. And they could technically be a little different. All right, so Abdul is $40 still, which should be the same. So if we go to Abdul, where is Abdul? Oh yeah, Abdul changed his. So it's $40, which is correct, and that will be 0, although we don't put 0 anywhere. Why we end up with all these zeros? It's better. So Abdul's was too low because he had all these zeros, but we just don't do zeros. We do we do like 10 cents or whatever to make sure it comes out correctly. Does that make sense?
It's a percentage, right? It's not a fixed number, as far as I understood.
What's not a fixed number?
That is a percentage, like the fees. Where are you showing us there? I'm seeing it here on my screen as well.
So Zila, it says $11, so I go boom, $11.
Oh, sorry, I was doing it as well.
So what are you talking about in terms of fixed numbers or whatever? I don't understand.
I was checking the first column. I was not checking the column T where you are now. 9.
And Mel is also changing. Like all of Mel is changing because she's getting paid now. Me. Say what?
I thought Western Union didn't charge for Mexico.
But it doesn't matter because you're using Western Union, and it all has to get changed from Ether to US dollars, so the fee is 2.5% of the total cost of the Ether.
Right. So that's what you said yesterday, that I could say that I want to let's say charge myself for some fees, so it would be higher on the ranking, right?
Yeah, you can do that. I don't know if it's like a huge deal though, and all of the fees are covered. I mean, it's not that we don't. It's like we have them covered already.
Right.
So if we do Nelly, so yeah, Nelly $60. Okay, cool. That makes sense. And technically, you can put, instead of a specific number, you can put like Nelly is equal to 0 to the amount times 0.25. So it's going to be 0.025, which is 2.5%.
I need to put that on my on the budget proposal for next month, right? I say I want to run for the $6 that I want to take charge for the $6 that Western Union charges as well, right?
If you want to, it's up to you, and it would just go in your proposal, and then it goes into the budget under the fees, and would change the total cost is going to be. Well, actually, I guess the total cost would come down a little bit, and then we would just note into the fees that the fees would be covered by Jorge, and that you would lower your cost, your total. So, anyways, it's we could do it sooner than that and just start doing it if that's what you want to do. You just need to make sure it's clear and put it in writing, and then we'll just start taking out the fees. But it's totally optional. I mean, no one else is doing that. Like, typically people want their fees covered, not to pay them.
Okay.
But if you want to cover the fees, you're welcome to do that. And it's not going to change your ranking by much. I mean, you can see the ranking.
Yeah, I'm seeing them.
But the other one that we need to note here is that Mel's is going to be going up. So we need to redo Mel's. We need to make sure Mel has a main doc as well, and a work report, because she's going to start working possibly today, which would be pretty sweet.
Okay.
But anyways, are we good on this? Do we understand? Are we on the same page? Remember, it's both column AA as well as column T. There's two columns, and it doesn't need to be perfect. I mean, it's just the fees, but it's important. The fees are important because like it's not. I mean, it's not no amount of money. You know what I mean? right? So
But
it's
anyways,
like,
if you add them up, it's
yeah, for any one person, the fees wouldn't be particularly substantial, but when you add it up, it's all over $250 a month of fees.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's quite a
so if
lot.
we did, for example, if we forced everybody to pay with Ether, there would be like, it would be like less than $1 of fees for everybody, right? So instead we're paying $250, which is basically the equivalent of an entire another person's monthly pay.
Yes.
Right, so that's where the fees come out, and that's why fees are reflect within the rankings, because every time we charge a fee, that basically means that collectively there's another person we can't hire.
yes.
For example, could be better if it's just that I don't have to pay me with because I don't have a wallet. But I don't know. I'll try to think about something. I mean, because in PayPal they charge me, and they won't charge you. So maybe
I know, but again,
we
we can pay those fees, right? So if PayPal charges 2.9 plus 30 cents, so that would be $6.50 times 2.9, right? Plus 0.3. So yeah, it would be a little bit more expensive. It'd be about $19.15. Whereas this way, it's only $16.25.
Okay.
And we might be able to reduce it in other ways too. But anyways, the point is that, like, you know, we pay an additional $50 a month for Outsourcely when we were paying lots of other costs, right? So it's not like there aren't additional costs of doing business. So, you know, but the fees are directly per person, which is why it relates into the HR rankings. Yeah.
Okay.
But obviously, much more important than the fees is the actual amount of money people want to get paid, right? Because that is much more money. All right, so I think we're done with that. I think we're kind of like ready to stop. I mean, there's a lot that needs to get done for exit payroll, but I mean, we've gone over 2 hours, and it would be nice to take a bit of a break, and I have to check in with Mel, and then I start back up for the Pacific.
Yeah, we need to start Pacific in 1 hour.
Okay, guys.
So, but I think it was really good. So let's just, one last thing before we stop is to check on our work sessions. So we all worked on FQN payroll, right?
Yes.
That's what we did, and we all did like 2 hours. Assigned work, I don't know, maybe like an hour and a half. I mean, we did spend at least a half an hour just talking and dealing with stuff. Work production hours is about an hour and a half. But then we did get some output, right? You know, like we probably did an hour of output, and we did our initial output, and I think we could say that we really did actually complete something, which is pretty exciting. Maybe just like a half an hour completed. So this is definitely good, and I mean, it's still not a super great evaluation, but maybe we could do like a 6.5 across the board. Yeah. But we did a pretty good job, and it's exciting that we actually completed something, right? So we completed the payroll. The payroll is done, as far as we know, for the last month's payroll.
That's good.
Yes.
So next show for payroll would be in a couple of weeks, or at the end of the week for people who choose weekly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're also behind. We're also behind by a week, I think. I don't know. We would have to we'd have to double check, but the next one would be the first and second week of September, October. But anyways, we did a really good job. So I think we're done. So I will talk to you guys soon. Good work.
Great. Will you be on Pacific?
Yes, and Mel might be here. So If Mel is
Great.
here, you know, we'll have an in-person buddy team as well.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
That is very good. Oh my God, it'll be the first in-person work session buddy team.
Oh,
ever.
that's really, really nice.
I know. We need to hire more
How does
people
that work?
locally, and I want to try to get Mel to help recruit as well, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, how does in-person buddy team sessions work?
Well, it's pretty much the same. It's just in person, right? So the only difference with the general global support position that everyone has is different from the local support position, because the local support position is focused primarily on paperwork and like local events and like fundraising and like actual physical stuff. So it's a very different position. But other than that, everything is pretty much the same, and she's still going to be using all the same work report and the main doc, and everything's exactly the same. It's just like the work that she does is different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cool. And like, let's say you have, like, let's say just Nelly shows up and it's me and Mel and Nelly, then we would have a 3-person buddy team, 1 person online and 2 people in person. Does that make sense?
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool. I will.
It's going to be really interesting.
It will be interesting for sure, man. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.